Across Britain, a quiet but persistent frustration simmers beneath the surface, directed at an institution that was once revered and respected by generations, the monarchy. The sense of awe and loyalty that once defined the public's relationship with the royal family has been replaced by a growing sense of skepticism and disappointment. The public's traditional deference has faded away, giving rise to scrutiny, tough questions, and a demand for answers that can no longer be ignored. People are no longer content to accept royal actions at face value. The monarchy's response to Prince Andrew's scandal, his ties to Jeffrey Epstein and the subsequent fallout, has only deepened this widespread discontent. The public watched as the royal family struggled to address the controversy, and many felt their efforts fell short. Instead of real accountability or meaningful consequences, the public has witnessed a string of carefully orchestrated PR maneuvers designed more to protect the institution's image than to address the underlying issues. The latest move, a quiet, almost unnoticed edit to the royal family's official website, removing a title from Andrew's biography, was presented as a step forward. Yet for many, this digital gesture was meant to signal action, but it felt hollow and insubstantial, an illusion of change, not the real thing. It was a symbolic act, lacking the substance people are now demanding. For a growing number of citizens, it's become a symbol of a monarchy more concerned with managing its public image than demonstrating true integrity or accountability. The British people are tired of empty gestures and demand genuine accountability. They want to see real consequences, not just cosmetic changes or carefully worded statements. In an age of transparency and instant information, the public expects the monarchy to meet the same standards of openness and responsibility as everyone else. The old ways of secrecy and ceremony no longer satisfy. The website edit, while Andrew continues to retain many privileges, is seen as a stark reminder of a system that still protects its own, even in the face of public outrage and disappointment. The public's patience is running out. Each new gesture that falls short of real change only adds to the sense of betrayal and fuels calls for reform. People want substance, not just ceremony. They are looking for meaningful reforms, not just symbolic acts or empty rituals. The monarchy's future now depends on whether it can deliver real, tangible change that addresses the concerns of its people and restores trust in the institution. The illusion is no longer enough. The time for real change has arrived, and the world is watching to see if the monarchy will finally rise to the challenge. The removal of His Royal Highness from Prince Andrew's online biography was a calculated move, orchestrated quietly, but with clear intent. For years, the title had been a symbol of royal privilege, and its sudden disappearance from the official website was anything but accidental. Palace officials hoped this digital demotion would close the chapter on scandal, signalling to the public that the monarchy was taking action, however small, to address the controversy. Instead, it ignited fresh outrage, with headlines and conversations across the country questioning the sincerity of the gesture. The public saw it as a superficial fix, too little, too late. Many felt the monarchy was simply trying to manage optics rather than confront the deeper issues at hand. Years after serious allegations and a disastrous interview, this gesture felt like digital window dressing, a move designed more for appearances than accountability. People asked, why now? Why only a website change? Why not real consequences or a public statement addressing the allegations directly? The delay reinforced the sense that the monarchy acts only under pressure, not principle. Many wondered if the palace would have acted at all without mounting public scrutiny. The edit failed to address the real issues, the allegations themselves, Andrew's continued privileges, and his place in the line of succession. The core questions remained unanswered. For many, it was another example of the monarchy choosing symbolism over substance, prioritizing image over meaningful reform or accountability. The public wants more than a website update. They want real consequences, transparency, and a sense that the monarchy is not above the standards expected of everyone else. Until then, trust in the institution continues to erode, with each symbolic gesture only deepening the divide between the palace and the people. The gesture, meant to end the scandal, only highlighted the palace's disconnect and left many wondering if true accountability will ever come. Despite losing his HRH title online, Prince Andrew remains eighth in line to the throne. This contradiction undermines any claim of accountability. The public sees a double standard. Ordinary people face real consequences, while royals face cosmetic ones. Defenders cite legal complexities, but the public isn't convinced. The monarchy has changed laws before when it mattered. The refusal to address Andrew's status signals a lack of will, not ability. As long as he remains in the line of succession, other measures ring hollow. The digital demotion is seen as meaningless theatre. The public demands a clear statement. Such behaviour is incompatible with royal status. The monarchy's PR missteps unfold as millions of Britons face economic hardship. Rising costs and shrinking safety nets make royal privilege stand out starkly. Reports of taxpayer-funded renovations and lavish lifestyles clash with the reality of struggling families. A website edit as punishment for a disgraced prince feels like an insult. The monarchy, meant to unite, now symbolises inequality for many. The public's money funds palaces, while they struggle to heat their homes. This disconnect breeds resentment and questions the monarchy's relevance. The argument that the royals boost tourism no longer outweighs the moral and financial costs. People want accountability, not empty gestures. The website edit in this context is a digital crumb offered to a public hungry for real change. History proves the monarchy can act decisively when its survival is threatened. In 1936, King Edward VIII abdicated within a year over a personal scandal. The establishment moved quickly, prioritising the crown's integrity. In contrast, the Prince Andrew affair has been met with hesitation and half measures. The damage to the monarchy's reputation is profound, yet the response is slow and cautious. The public wonders, why was a king's choice of wife a greater crisis than a prince's scandal? The contrast exposes a shift in priorities, from protecting the institution to shielding individuals. The monarchy's past swiftness now indicts its present inertia. People are left questioning whether the institution has lost its moral compass. The Prince Andrew scandal is part of a larger pattern: containment over confrontation. From Diana's death to Harry and Meghan's departure, the palace has often appeared cold and reactive. Each new crisis is met with minimal concessions and hopes that public anger will fade. This approach no longer works in the age of instant information. The public sees a culture of self-preservation, not transparency. They're demanding a new approach, one that finally breaks the cycle of denial and delay. The public isn't calling for abolition. They want real accountability. Royal spectacle is no longer enough. People expect royals to meet or exceed the standards of those they serve. Quietly removing a title or stepping back from duties isn't sufficient. The public wants transparency, especially around finances and conduct. They question why there's no clear process for removing a royal who brings disrepute. The call is for reform, not just of individuals, but of the system itself. Respect for the monarchy must be earned through ethical conduct and public service. The British people are citizens to be heard, not subjects to be managed. The monarchy stands at a crossroads, facing a pivotal moment that will define its legacy for generations to come. One path clings to tradition and secrecy, holding tightly to centuries-old customs, but in doing so, it risks slipping into irrelevance in a rapidly changing world. The other path embraces modernization, championing transparency, accountability, and meaningful reform to meet the expectations of today's society. The Prince Andrew scandal is more than a personal crisis. It's a test of the monarchy's willingness to confront uncomfortable truths and adapt. To regain public trust, the institution must do more than simply edit websites or issue carefully worded statements. Real reform could mean establishing a clear code of conduct, introducing independent oversight, and ensuring that royal actions are subject to genuine scrutiny. It also requires open, honest discussion about succession laws and the monarchy's role in a modern democracy, inviting the public into the conversation. The choice is clear: adapt to the times or risk becoming a relic, a symbol of the past with no place in the future. The public is no longer silent. They demand a monarchy that truly reflects modern values: fairness, accountability, and above all, transparency. If the House of Windsor listens, learns, and reforms, it may secure its place in British life for years to come, earning renewed respect and relevance. If not, it risks fading into history as a costly, controversial footnote, remembered more for its resistance to change than its contributions. The time for empty gestures and superficial fixes is over. The public's patience is wearing thin. The time for real, lasting change is now. The nation is watching, and the world is waiting to see what the monarchy will do next.
The submission itself sounds nice. And to my amazing and peculiar Sussex family, thank you all for watching our videos and tuning in to Daily Diaries Fridays update. Keep it light, keep it there, and see you next time in our next episode. Bye bye. May you have a good day and a good time. Keep shining. Bye bye.